A thesis statement is like the title and description of an item on a menu. It tells you what you're about to get and what's in it overall. If the thesis statement doesn't accurately represent your paper, you've got one confused or disappointed customer. So let me show you how I write a thesis statement. When I begin to write a thesis statement, I always start with the phrase, "In this paper I will be writing about." I don't normally keep this phrase, but it helps me with deciding the direction I need to go. Your thesis statement answers only one question: what are you writing about? The direct definition of a thesis statement is a concise 1 to 2 sentence summary of your paper's main argument or point. So then there are 3 things you need to complete your thesis statement: the subject, the claim, and the reason. So for my paper on pigeons, it would look something like this. In this paper, I will be writing about how pigeons are war heroes that deserve our respect. And while many people make fun of and hate pigeons, this is mainly due to ignorant prejudice than solid facts. See? Subject are pigeons, argument is that they deserve our respect, and why is because they are war heroes and people have an unfair prejudice against them. But is this good enough for our thesis statement? I would argue not. I think we can make this more concise. First things first, we can cut out "in this paper I will be writing about." That isn't necessary. Try to eliminate unnecessary phrasing. It might be needed in the beginning to have unnecessary words, but when editing, you don't need them anymore. So go ahead and cut those out. Each word in your thesis statement should have some justifiable reason for being in that sentence. Now, being more specific, as my paper is an argumentative paper, is my claim controversial? Am I calling anyone to action or making an argument? Kinda, but I want my thesis statement to be much more direct, so something like this might be better. We as a society should actively work to break the wrongful prejudice against pigeons, who deserve our respect and admiration for their heroic actions throughout history. This is what I would call a very strong thesis statement. It calls the audience to a certain kind of action. Which stance are you on? And it has the subject, the claim, and the main reason behind the claim. There are no unnecessary words either, at least in my opinion, and the sentence is clear in what I am arguing and why. Here are some examples of other thesis statements. In each one, you can see that there is the subject, claim, and reason why, regardless of the type of paper each thesis belongs to. Now, here's the main differences. For a thesis statement in an argumentative paper, you want to make it clear that this is an argument. There should be at least 2 sides in which you are clearly arguing for one side over the other. In a research paper, it should be, well, the main points you've discovered in your research, or what you are researching. You aren't trying to convince anyone of anything. You're just presenting the facts. The claim is the facts you found. In an analytical essay's thesis statement, you want to write about the main points you are analyzing. It's like saying, hey, did you notice A, B, and C? Or did you realize that A is more important than what you might have previously thought? These are just a few tips that have helped me with writing my own thesis statements, and I hope they'll help you as you continue your writing journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.